Hello YouTubers, Alaska Prepper here. Ladies and gentlemen, I did a small payday prep because I wanted to show specifically to those out there that want to prepare but are on a budget how they can prepare easily without having to go out and put away their own food for long term. Now what I think that what I'm about to show you now is best suited for is for those of you that are on a budget that cannot afford to buy like freeze-dried foods, but that want to be able to put away foods for long term that are very calorically and protein dense. These foods that I'm going to show you here are calorically and protein dense, and they already come pre-packaged for, in my opinion, for long term. And I'm going to explain to you what I mean by long term when I show you these products. And most of them come in the form of what I think they're called legumes, all right? Some people have said that beans are not really legumes, but like beans and bean type items in addition to rice and flour. But the thing is that they come pre-packaged for long term, and you don't have to do anything. You just go buy it and you put it away. And I love the way that they come packaged. So let me show you what I got. Now, the first thing that we have here, ladies and gentlemen, is flour. And all of these products are organic, right? Which is, in my opinion, a pretty good deal. Now, they are a little pricier than your regular all-wheat flour, but they're all organic. And what I like about these the most is that they come pre-packaged for long term. Let me show you what that means here in a minute. But this is whole wheat flour, organic. This looks like an Indian brand. It says Khazana, all right? The Treasure, organic whole wheat flour. And yeah, it's a 20-pound bag or a 9.07 kilogram bag. And it does say here, a product of India, if you can see that right there. But let me go ahead and show you, man, the nutrition in this stuff, it says a lot. If you can't see the nutrition from here, then I'll just go ahead and leave it on a corner on the video. But the nutrition on this is one serving size is 100 grams, which means that this bag has roughly 90 servings in one of these bags. And I'm going to leave the price for each of these in the upper right hand corner so that you can see it. The calories, 370 calories. And then you're looking at 12 grams of protein per serving. I think that is great. 12 grams of protein per serving. And not only that, but 15 grams of dietary fiber. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So this, in my opinion, is a great product. Now here it says best before 2023. Now, in my opinion, since this is whole wheat flour, it's not going to last as long as just regular bleached flour. But the way that it's packaged, I would bet, all right, and this is my opinion, it will last at least a good 4 to 5 years as long as you have it in a cool, dry place. And of course, with this packaging, you have to make sure that there are no rodents around, all right? So you're going to have to protect it against rodents. But as far as for the packaging, let's go ahead and open it up so you can see what it looks like. And that is what the packaging looks like. See that? It's already vacuum sealed. So there is a very minimal amount of air in there. So for those of you that don't want to mess around with buying Mylar bags and oxygen absorbers and stuff like that, this is a great way to go. And even for long term, and let me tell you what I mean by long term. What I mean is this. If you're going to have a year, let's even say a 2-year supply of food storage, right, in your pantry. And this is something that you eat on a normal basis, wheat, right, to make bread or whatever it is that you're going to make with it. Then this is something that you can technically and literally rotate out. I believe that the lifespan on this, that the best buy date on this could easily be extended out 2 or 3 years, as long as you store it in a cool, dry place away from sunlight, of course. And as long as the life or the best buy date for this is at least 2 or 3 years out from the day that you buy it, you should have enough time to rotate this. So you don't have to go out there to a third party and buy, you know, stuff that's already prepackaged for you, because this is already prepackaged for you. All it's doing is missing the oxygen absorber, right? Now, I still stand by, you know, by freeze-dried foods that have a shelf life of 25 plus years in some cases. But for those of you that really can't afford to go out there and buy freeze-dried foods, I think that this is a great deal. And with all of the nutrition in this, and what I mean by nutrition is the protein, the fiber, and the caloric you know, the caloric density that this has, I think it's a great deal. Let me go ahead and show you some of the other things that I got, which are like peas and beans and things like that. Now this here are red kidney beans, and these are very nice. They come in a 7-pound bag, and I think they come out to almost $2 a pound, but take a look at the right hand corner for the price. But look at the way it's packaged also. It's vacuum sealed, and then on the outside there's another nice sturdy bag going around it. Now these do come with a Ziploc. I believe it's got a Ziploc. Yeah, right here. It's got a Ziploc that you can actually reseal it if you need to. But my point is this, ladies and gentlemen, not a terrible price for an all-organic product. If you use it anyways, you don't have to worry about repackaging it for long term, right? And you can rotate it out, right? And you can definitely get a lot of bang for your buck here. Even though this is an organic product that's a little more expensive, you're still getting bang for your buck because you don't have to go out there and buy the Mylar bag or the oxygen absorber. And check this out. This one here, let me see, 100 grams. So you're looking at, this right here is about 30 servings, all right? Each serving is 340 calories, 22 grams of protein. 22 grams of protein, ladies and gentlemen, and 13 grams of fiber. That's pretty much all the nutrition that's in here. There's a little bit of iron and potassium. But as far as caloric and protein density, I think this is a great deal. And look at this. The best before date on this, or best buy date on this, is already December of 2023. Right? So you've got about a good year and a half. So if you rotate these out, you will always have a 2-year or more supply of this stuff, depending on how much you get and how much you use of it. And I think this is just a great deal. Let me show you a few more of the products, and then I have to show you one thing that I also prepped that doesn't have anything to do with food. They have the same thing in chickpeas, right? Same thing in chickpeas, same weight, about 7 pounds. Same servings, about 31 servings per container. The chickpeas come in at 19 grams of protein per serving and 16 grams of fiber, all right? As far as the nutrition, you just got a little bit of iron and that's it. But another thing that's packed with protein, with calories, and it's organic. That's what I was amazed at. I was like, wow, this is actually organic stuff. And I believe it because it's a product of India. And India usually does mostly organic stuff. Now this one here says split pigeon peas, but I think that they're split lentils. Right, it says split pigeon peas, but I think that they are split lentils. I like lentils. I think they're very, very good, nutrition packed. Again, everything I'm going to show you here is all organic. And in case you missed it, I got these at Costco. All right, let's see. 21 grams of protein, ladies and gentlemen. 9 grams of fiber. Again, 7 pounds. I guess 7-pound packages is how they roll over there. So 32 servings. And as far as nutrition, the only thing it really has is a little bit of iron and some potassium. But as far as the protein goes, and as far as the fiber goes, outstanding. And obviously the rest of the calories come in the form of carbohydrates, whereas this one right here, for one serving, it has 65 grams of carbohydrates. You could probably live off of this stuff. And one thing that I've found with legumes, like with beans and peas and things like that, is that you can manipulate the taste, the flavor of it, in pretty much any way that you want. So if you want to make a red sauce, it'll go with a red sauce. If you want to make a gravy that you can pour it over something, it'll go with that. Pretty much any flavor that you want, you can manipulate these type of legumes. Here they call it split pigeon peas, but lentils, peas, beans, pretty much anything. Now the last two that I got is something that I've never really heard of, but it's in the family of like beans and things like that. This one says that is Urad gota, and I have no idea what that is. It's some kind of a bean. I looked it up on the internet, but it's some kind of a staple bean that has a lot of protein. And let's say this one comes with 18 grams of protein, 7 pounds. Of course, it's organic. Let's see, it has 8 grams of dietary fiber, and it has some iron in it. All right, it has some iron, and again, about 32 servings. This one is not as protein packed as the other ones, but still, you know, it's something that I have to try, actually. I mean, I think it's a good deal for the protein, but again, like I said, with the peas, with the split peas, that you can pretty much manipulate the flavor of these things to whatever you want it to be. And then I got one more that I got. The only one that I did not buy from there that they had in this brand was some rice. because the rice looked like jasmine rice, and I just really don't like that rice at all. No one in my family really does. So even if it was a good deal in organic and stuff like that, I'm not going to buy it because I already know I don't like it. But this one is mung beans. Mung beans, all right? USDA organic. Let's see. It doesn't say how much protein this one has in the front. So let's take a look at the back. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, 23 grams of protein per serving. And this one is also about 32 servings per container. 340 calories, 12 grams of dietary fiber. The 12 grams of dietary fiber in itself is about half of what you need in one day. Let's see, 43% of what you need in one day. So this stuff right here is powerhouse, all right? This, for people that really cannot afford too much to go out there and buy, you know, the expensive foods, this, in my opinion, is a great deal. Pre-packaged, very calorically dense, protein dense, and fiber dense. And like I said, you can manipulate the flavor of this pretty much to whatever you want. All right, let me go ahead and show you the last thing that I picked up. It's not a food item, but it is a prep that I'm glad that I got. So as many of you know, I haul my own water. So I have to go get my water in town, put it in a tank in my truck, and then put it in the tank here under my house. And I do that with my red truck, with my Tundra. So I was having some work done to my Tundra the other day. It needed some front rotors because they were really shaky. And I asked James over there at Right Choice Auto, I said, hey, can you check the shocks for me? Make sure that they're okay while you have the truck in the air. That way, if I need new shocks, you can go ahead and replace them right away because I depend on that truck so that I can get water with it. All right. So he checked them and everything. He said, hey, your shocks are fine. There's nothing wrong with them. I asked him, I was like, how much is a set of new shocks for that truck? Can you get me the best set that there is for that truck? And he said right away, he said, what's the name of this? Bliston. He said, well, the Bliston 5100, I think he said, are the best shocks that you can get for that truck, in his opinion. And I said, well, how much are they? And he said, it's like $245 or something like that. I'm like, really? For the best ones? He's like, yeah. And I'm like, why don't you order me a pair? That way I can have them. Because eventually, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, I use my Tundra to get water. And every time that I fill up that 200-gallon tank, you're looking at about 1,800 gallons roughly, plus the weight of the tank. So you're looking at close to 2,000 pounds in the bed of my truck every time that I do a load of water. And that's 2, sometimes 3 times a week, especially during the summer. So I figure that eventually those shocks are going to go bad. But will the shocks be available? You see, I ordered these probably like 3 weeks ago as well. So they've been on order for a while. I just picked them up today on my way home because they told me that they were in. And I was listening to Southern Prepper 1 this morning, and he's saying that he's getting a lot of emails and messages telling him that there's a lot of people waiting for parts for their vehicles because they just can't find them. And they order them and they put them on order, and it's a month, 2 months later, and their cars can't run without them, and they're just sitting there idle because they're waiting on parts. And it brings me back to the payday prep that I did, where I showed you all of those spare car parts that I got for my trucks, and how glad I am that I did that. And I'm especially glad that I got these because it took him like 2 or 3 different places to look for these, where he finally found one that had them, and it still took him a couple of weeks, almost 3 weeks, to deliver them. So if you have a vehicle that you depend on, you may want to think about, getting a couple of extra parts that are commonly, go bad, on that vehicle. And what I did was I went to James, my mechanic, and I asked him, I says, these are the vehicles that I have. What are the parts that commonly go bad on those vehicles from your experience? And he's got like 30, 35 years experience. He gave me a list, and I went out there and I got those parts that he told me about. If you want to take a look at that video, I'll go ahead and leave it linked in the upper right-hand corner of this video. I'll leave a little card. But that's something that you may want to be thinking about, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that are newer to the channel and maybe did not catch that video. Having said that, I hope you got something out of this. Pretty excited about those beans, especially for the way that they can store and for the way that they are pre-packaged for you. Take advantage of it if you have a Costco near you. And no, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not affiliated with Costco. I wish I was, because I love Costco. But I think it's a great product. The price is a little bit more than your regular, GMO stuff that you get out there, but it's already pre-packaged for you, and it's pretty much plug and play. Put it away, make sure you rotate it, and you're always going to have some good protein, some good fiber, and some good calories for a decent price, in my opinion. Having said that, I hope you have a great day. I'm actually getting ready to go to the bunker so I can set up for our live stream this Friday. All right, so I'll be seeing you all pretty soon. But I hope that you have a great day, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for all of your support. Thank you to every one of you that left such nice comments on the video that I put up yesterday with the Fairbanks Food Bank. Of course, we always get a few that are not very happy with anything, but that's okay. We don't do it for them. We do it for us, those of us that still have hope in humanity, and those of us that think that there are actually people out there that are trying to do good. So I thank you very much for all of you that went and watched that video. I truly do appreciate it. It's because of you that I can do that kind of stuff, and I do appreciate your support. Having said that, have a great weekend. Remember to be good to each other. When good people do good things happen. Remember to reach one, teach one, and repeat. If we all did this, the world would be a better place, and you know that it will be a better place. Many blessings to all of you and your families. I'm Alaska Prepper. I'm out. So, ladies and gentlemen, a little bonus clip. I just wanted to show you how I set up the back of my truck here now that I got it detailed. I'm so excited. I've had this truck for 5 years, and the first time that I had it, detailed inside and out. But anyways, so check this out. I got these crates from Costco. I think you saw that on yesterday's video, on the food bank video. And what I did is you see these little tie downs in the back of the vehicle? I went ahead and tied one down here. You see that? Just so that it wouldn't move around. And then I connected two of them together right here and on the back side, so they couldn't separate. That way, if you hit a bump or something, they won't separate from each other. And then I left one open that I can move in and out. And if I need to use that space for like something that's a little longer, I can just take this one. Of course, I'm going to empty this out. I can take this, fold it up, and put it in one of the other crates. And everything's always bagged there, nice and neat. As you can see here, I have some of the things that I have just for, that I used to have pretty much thrown back here. That there's my medical bag in the back of that seat there. And that there is my other bag, my fire making stuff, my extra food, all that other stuff, flashlights, knives, all that kind of stuff back there. So these are really cool. And I think they were like 10 bucks a piece. So it works out pretty good for organization. All right, have a great day. God bless you all.